These are the only 4 skills that you need to build a $5 million home care agency. Now, when I started my journey into business over 15 years ago, and that's 7 years specifically in home care, I was like most agency owners. I was wearing all the hats, I was handling all of the tasks, and constantly feeling like I was treading water. Fast forward to today, and I've built a successful business that generates millions in revenue. But it didn't happen by accident. It happened because I've mastered 4 key skills that every agency owner needs to scale to 5 million and beyond. Most agency owners will hit a point where growth feels more like pain than progress. You're working harder than ever, but the profit margins just aren't where they should be. You start to think maybe you should slow down, take a breather, or even stall your growth. But here's the actual truth. If you're not growing, you're dying. The market doesn't wait, your competitors don't wait, and your top caregivers won't wait. They'll move on to better opportunities if you don't give them a reason to stay. So if you want to push through that pain line and build a $5 million agency, you need to master these 4 critical skills. And we're going to get in the weeds here, breaking down exactly how you can implement these strategies in your agency. So we're going to start with number 1, and that is client acquisition. I'm not talking about just getting any client. I'm talking about landing high value, VIP private pay clients. These clients, they're the lifeblood of a $5 million agency. They're the ones who pay top dollar for premium services, and they're the ones who will drive your revenue through the roof. So, how do you land these clients? It all starts with the profitable client pipeline, a system that's designed to consistently bring in the right clients without you having to chase them down. Here's how you do it. You want to identify your ideal client. You need to get crystal clear on who your ideal client is. What are their demographics? What are their pain points? What are they willing to pay for premium care? You want to create a detailed client avatar that outlines all of these details. You'll also want to craft a magnetic offer. So once you know who you're targeting, you need to craft an offer that's irresistible to them. This isn't just about offering quality care, it's about solving a specific problem that your ideal client is facing. So whether that may be offering specialized memory care, flexible scheduling, or premium concierge services, your offer needs to stand out in the market. Another is to build a targeted marketing funnel. So now that you have your offer, it's time to build a marketing funnel that attracts these clients. Start with high-value content that addresses their pain points, like blogs, videos, social media posts, all of the above. Use this content to drive traffic to a landing page where you can capture their information in exchange for a lead magnet. So this is something like a free consultation, a guide to selecting the right home care provider, or a checklist for transitioning into home care. Your main goal is to capture their information and stay in front of them with valuable content. And once you have the leads, you're going to need to nurture your leads. So once you have their information, it's all about nurturing those leads. Use email sequences, follow-up calls, and personal touches to build trust and move them down the funnel. The key here is to stay top of mind and show them that you understand their needs better than anyone else. And after this, you want to close the deal. So finally, you need a sales process that converts those leads into paying clients. This involves not just closing the deal, but also onboarding them smoothly and setting the stage for a long-term relationship. Let me give you an example here. So I worked with an agency that was struggling to attract these high-value clients. They were getting a lot of inquiries, but not closing enough of the deals. So after implementing the profitable client pipeline, their lead conversion rate jumped by 40% and their average client value increased by 30%. So that's the power of a well-oiled acquisition machine. Before we keep moving, I want to share something that can make implementing these strategies even easier. If you're serious about scaling your home care agency to $5 million and beyond, you need to stay ahead of the curve. So that's why I created the Home Care MBA newsletter. Every week, I'm going to share actionable insights, proven strategies, and exclusive tips that you won't find anywhere else. It's like having a mentor in your inbox, guiding you through the complexities of scaling your agency. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, click the link in the description below and subscribe to the Home Care MBA newsletter today. Now on to number 2, that's operational efficiency. Mastering the art of delegation, this is where most agency owners get stuck. They're bogged down in day-to-day operations, they're handling $10 tasks when they should be focusing on $10,000 decisions. If you're spending your time on low-impact tasks, you'll never scale your agency to $5 million. You need to master the art of delegation and buy back your time. Here's how you do it. You want to audit your time. The first step is to audit your time for 1 week. Track everything you do, from answering emails to attending meetings to handling client issues. You should be tracking this in 15-minute increments. At the end of the week, categorize each task into high impact and low impact. High impact tasks are those that directly contribute to your agency's growth. Things like strategic planning, client acquisition, and leadership development. Low impact tasks are absolutely everything else. So once you've identified the low impact tasks, it's time to delegate them. Start with the tasks that take up the most time but don't require your personal touch. Think things like scheduling, invoicing, or basic client communication. You want to document the tasks that you're doing, create a step-by-step process, and hand it off to someone else. And also, delegation, it's only effective if you have the right people in place. You need to invest in a team that can take on these tasks and execute them at a high level. So this might mean hiring a virtual assistant, bringing on a dedicated scheduler, or even outsourcing certain functions. Remember, you're not just buying back your time, you're investing in your agency's growth. You also want to look for opportunities to automate repetitive tasks, whether it's using scheduling software to manage caregiver shifts or CRM tools to handle client communication. Automation can save you hours each week. The goal is to create a system that runs smoothly without your constant oversight. And delegation isn't a one-time task, it's an ongoing process. So you regularly want to review the tasks that you've delegated, and you want to provide feedback to your team and look for ways to optimize further. This is where you're going to start to see exponential growth as your time becomes more and more focused on high-impact activities. I've seen agency owners double their revenue in a year just by mastering delegation. One owner I worked with was stuck at $1.5 million in revenue for years. After implementing this delegation strategy, he freed up 20 hours a week and was able to focus on scaling his business. And within 12 months, he hit $3 million in revenue. And the third skill that you're going to need to know is leadership development. So building a team of leaders, you can't scale a business by yourself. You need a team of leaders who can carry the load for you. But here's the thing, you don't just need employees, you need leaders. People who can think and act independently, who come with their own playbooks and processes. They don't need you 100% of the time. This is the third critical skill. So here's how you do it. Number 1 is you're going to hire for potential, not just experience. When building your leadership team, you want to look for individuals who have the potential to grow into their roles. They don't need to have all the experience in the world, but they do need to have the right mindset and a hunger to learn. These are the people who will go above and beyond to help your agency succeed. Once you've identified these people, you need to set clear expectations. Now, the biggest mistake that I see agency owners make is not setting clear expectations for their leaders, and I'm guilty of this as well. You need to define what success looks like in each role and communicate that clearly. Don't just tell them what to do, tell them what outcome you expect. So for example, instead of saying handle client complaints, say ensure client satisfaction rates stay above 95%. That gives them a specific goal to achieve. And furthermore, you want to delegate outcomes, not tasks. Now this is a game changer. When you delegate to your leaders, don't just give them a list of tasks, give them the outcome that you want them to achieve. And you want to let them figure out the best way to get there. So this not only empowers them, but it also frees you from micromanaging. Your job is to coach them, provide guidance when needed, and hold them accountable for the results. You'll also want to create a leadership development program. Invest in your leaders by creating a formal leadership development program. So this could include things like regular training sessions, one-on-one coaching, and opportunities for them to take on new challenges. The goal is to build a team of leaders who can eventually take over the key parts of your business, which is going to allow you to step back. You'll also want to foster a culture of ownership. So encourage your leaders to take ownership of their roles and the outcomes that they're responsible for. This means giving them the autonomy to make decisions, but also holding them accountable for the results. And when your leaders, they feel a sense of ownership, they're more likely to go the extra mile and find innovative solutions to the problems. And the last skill that you'll want to learn is client retention. So you want to create an exceptional client experience. Landing clients is only half the battle. Keeping them is where the real profit lies. The longer you retain a client, the more profitable they become. This is the fourth critical skill, client retention. You need to create an experience that makes your clients want to stay with you long term. So this means delivering exceptional care, but also constantly adding value to their lives. So here's some ways that you can do this. You want to deliver consistent quality care. This is a non-negotiable. You need to have systems in place to ensure that every caregiver is providing the same level of care day in and day out. This might involve regular training sessions, shadowing, or even surprise visits to check on performance. Your clients need to know that they can rely on your agency to deliver exactly what they need every time. You'll also want to implement regular check-ins, so don't wait for your clients to reach out with a problem. Be proactive with this. You want to schedule regular check-ins with your clients and their families. These check-ins, they should be more than just a courtesy call. They should be an opportunity to assess their satisfaction, address any concerns, and adjust the care plan as needed. This not only helps to catch potential issues before they become problems, but it also shows your client that you genuinely care about their well-being. And with the clients, you also want to personalize the client experience. So go beyond the basics and personalize the experience for each and every client. This could be as simple as remembering their favorite activities, adjusting their care schedule to fit their preferences, or even sending them a birthday card. These small little touches can make a big difference in how your clients feel about your service. So when clients feel valued and cared for on a personal level, they're much more likely to stay with your agency and your retention is going to increase. Another way to keep them on board is to offer additional services. So as your clients' needs evolve, so should your services. Consider offering additional services that can enhance their quality of life, such as care management or specialized programs. By anticipating their needs and offering solutions before they even ask, you position your agency as an essential partner in their care journey. One other thing you can do is create a community. So one of the most powerful ways to retain clients is by creating a sense of community. You can host events, whether virtual or in person, where clients and their families can connect with your caregivers and the other clients. This builds a sense of belonging and loyalty to your agency. A client who feels part of a community is much less likely to leave for another provider. Utilizing technology is another important factor in enhancing the client experience. So whether it's a client portal where families can check in on their loved ones, or automated reminders for medications, or even remote daily check-ins, leveraging technology can make your service more convenient and attractive. Technology also provides transparency, which builds trust, a key factor in client retention. Soliciting and acting on feedback is critical. Regularly ask for feedback from your clients and their families. But don't just ask, actually act on it. If a client suggests an improvement, implement it and let them know. This shows that you value their input and are committed to continuous improvement. It also strengthens the relationship, making it less likely that they'll look elsewhere. By focusing on these strategies, you can increase your client retention rate significantly. I've seen agencies that were struggling to keep clients double their retention rates just by implementing just a few of these tactics. Now I know what you're thinking. How could you leave caregiver recruiting and retention off this list? Well, those things are extremely important. Without the 4 skills above, they mean absolutely nothing. So you can have the #1 recruitment and retention strategy, but without clients, you're still stuck. With a steady flow of clients and strong leadership, you can build out and invest in your caregiver system. So that's why I left it off the list. So there you have it, the 4 critical skills that you need to master to build a $5 million home care agency. Client acquisition, operational efficiency, leadership development, and client retention. These aren't just abstract concepts, they're tactical, actionable strategies that you can start implementing today. Remember, it's not always about doing more, it's about doing the right things better. Focus on these 4 skills and you'll see your agency grow in ways that you never thought possible. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Home Care MBA newsletter for more tips and strategies. So let's make this your breakthrough year.